Hi guys, it's me Giovanni, and today I didn't know if I wanted to make a video today, but I'm doing it now. So I just want to say that I just watched I've been watching people do like Mario, trying to figure out Mario's lore and timeline, and what's canon and what isn't. So what would be canon in the old and current timeline is that um let's just say that Mario and Luigi were born and were raised in the mushroom kingdom, but then they moved to New York, the real world, New York City. Even if it's it would be weird to say that um New York and the Mushroom Kingdom are connected and Mario doesn't travel through a warp pipe. But at the same time, in like the 1980s TV show, animated TV show, and in the recent Super Mario Bros. Movie, Mario and Luigi live in New York, Brooklyn, and they travel to the Mushroom Kingdom via warp pipe. And that's obviously the current lore of how Mario and Luigi got to the Mushroom Kingdom. I mean, sure, it's still debated by this day, but that's what's mostly talked about, how their origins happened. Now, it turns out in the manual for Super Mario Bros. Is that Bowser had black magic and cursed the people, the mushroom people, turning them into bricks, plants, and other stuff. And that's terrifying because Mario straight up massacres the bricks, which were the people. So, it turns out in the complete Mario lore, part 1, by a certain YouTuber, it turns out that Bowser's character, he was actually annoyed with the mushroom people, how happy they were. I feel like it's almost like the Grinch from the Grinch, how the Grinch stole Christmas, because the Grinch hates Christmas. He hates Whoville, the people of Whoville celebrating Christmas, being so happy, and he decides to steal Christmas from them. So, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, in a way, for him to curse the mushroom people, turning them into bricks and other stuff, just makes so much more sense. And Princess Peach had white magic that can like heal, turn the people back into their normal selves. And Bowser might have known about this and kidnapped her so she wouldn't be able to do that. But in their current lore, of course, Bowser, of course, loves Peach for unknown reasons. Bowser mostly, his motivations mostly consist of taking over the Mushroom Kingdom, which is probably nothing new. I feel like almost every single villain, especially in horror movies, romance, or anything, are just obsessed with power. But Bowser taking over the kingdom, ruling over the mushroom people. I mean, if he's annoyed by them, you know what, it makes sense. In a way it makes sense, because Bowser he's literally evil. Even though he loves Peach, it's just that his original motives in the first game that he ever appeared in, he's just plain evil. He wants to destroy Mario and keep Princess Peach captive. So, yeah, but also, Princess Peach has white magic, and her white magic also involves her dress being completely clean, especially when she's kept captive in Bowser's. Now, it says this: Bowser's dirty, messy castle. Yeah, now, I don't know about the current lore of the Koopalings, even though they are confirmed to be recently Bowser's adoptive children. Meanwhile, Bowser is Bowser's only biological child. What I can say for the timeline in Mario's world is that Mario and Luigi, despite being born in the Mushroom Kingdom, his parents moved them to New York City in the real world by unknown transportation, leading them to the real world at any cost. And when Mario and Luigi try to find jobs to make ends meet and some sort of income, especially after the events of Donkey Kong, Mario and Luigi go through a warp pipe, traveling them to the Mushroom Kingdom, even if they didn't have any memories of when they were born, because, well, when they were born, they were obviously babies. So it's obvious that they don't remember about their childhood, about where they came from at all. So anyway, they find out about Bowser trying to take over the kingdom. He used his black magic to curse the people, turning them into into just random objects like bricks and stuff. And then Mario and Luigi try to stop him. And doing so, they rescue the princess. Now, we'll basically ignore Super Mario 2, the American and Japanese versions of the game, because the Lost Levels is basically the same version as the original, but much harder. And it's probably taking place in an alternate universe, so it doesn't matter. And as for the American version, it was basically like a version of another game, but it basically takes place in a dream. I can barely even speak. So the American version takes place in a dream, and it's not canon. It's obviously not canon. But as for Super Mario 3 involving the Koopalings, even though the game takes place on a stage play, the events of the game did in fact happen in some way due to Super Mario World, where after the events of the third game, Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach take a vacation to Dinosaur Land, where Bowser, unironically kidnaps Peach again and just kidnaps her. Tries to keep her captive, but Mario saves her, defeats Bowser, blah blah blah. Now, unlike the current timeline, if I tried to, I'm gonna say this, if I tried to piece together of Bowser's motives of how he originally wanted to kidnap Peach and take over the Mushroom Kingdom, him being annoyed with the mushroom people in the kingdom, makes sense why he had magic to curse them into objects, and why he kidnapped Princess Peach or Princess Toadstool in the first place. So it makes sense, not out of love, he just wanted to kidnap her to keep her captive, so she wouldn't be able to save her people. Which, honestly, even though it makes sense, it just, for him to be in love in the current timeline with Peach, it's odd. And it might be obvious that maybe in the old timeline, maybe Bowser developed feelings for Peach slowly over time, and wanted to marry her someday, even if when he first kidnapped her, she was probably afraid of him, and so he's obviously not taking no for an answer. Now, I just want to say this. Now, there has been, in Mario Maker 2, we obviously know the style of the Super Mario Bros. Classic version, where the Koopalings have a classic style, and they look, in my opinion, they look nice. But also, there's a video where the Koopalings would have the Super Crown power, and they would basically turn into Peach, in a way. And both Ludwig and Wendy have blonde hair. And since Wendy, as a Koopaling, does not have hair, at least we would know what she would look like as a human and with hair. So, her almost looking like Peach-ish, yeah, I would safely say that she would have blonde hair. Especially due to the fact that Amai has light brown hair, even though her hair mostly just looks a bit more brown than usual. But hey, I'm okay with it. Now, as for my original depiction of Wendy Okupa, she would have dark blonde hair, and she would wear salmon pink, or a similar to pink to Osana. Sorry. See? So, like I said, Bowser he could not stand, he was annoyed with the happy mushroom people, and decided to conquer the Mushroom Kingdom, because of it. Which, honestly, like I said, it's almost like the Grinch when he tried to steal Christmas because he was so annoyed with the Whovilles celebrating it. Like, I feel like in the original, from my perspective, it's almost like the Whovilles celebrate Christmas like all the time, and I completely understand how the Grinch might be annoyed by it. Because, especially with today, Christmas music and Christmas decorations like appear when it's not even the exact month. It happens before the month, December. So yeah, and Bowser in the original Super Mario Bros. Game curses the people, turning them into bricks and other stuff using black magic. So with this, it makes sense. especially why he kidnapped Peach, because she had white magic, and so she can heal the people back to normal. So he kidnapped her to prevent it. So it makes sense. Honestly, I like that. Anyway, that's all. See you in the next video. Bye.